Hello, Laserquake Stop Motion here, and today we are going to be reviewing Studio Series number 61, Dark of the Moon, Sentinel Prime. Here he is in his wonderful looking vehicle mode. He's got this nice red running throughout the whole truck mode, although it is primarily this dark brown color, which I don't know if it shows across on camera as dark brown, but it's definitely dark brown. The wheels are painted, molded in black plastic. There's some nice silver paint on the Rosenbauer logo right there, and some silver paint on this white here. That doesn't show up on camera very well. You got 316 painted on the side in white, and this white strip going down the side. The top is very bland. There's really no paint here, which disappoints me, although there is the detail of the pillars right there, which that's pretty cool. I think they're pillars. Maybe they're not. I don't know, but I'd like to think they are. He's got this hose, which, yet again, not painted, molded in this dark brown plastic, which I don't really like. It's probably the only thing I don't really like about this figure, other than, in robot mode, he has one issue, and I'm not a big fan of that. Here's his, front windshield. It's tinted very nicely, so you can't really see inside. Although, all that's in there is his noggin, so. This, for articulation in vehicle mode, he has this thing on two joints, this hose. You can fold all the way back, you can go forward, up and down. Alright, so now for transformation, the first thing you're going to want to do for Sentinel Prime here is fold back the fire hose. That's easy step. Next, you're going to want to come down to the back of the truck, and you just want to pull this whole assembly apart, this whole leg assembly apart from his cape and the rest of the truck. And then you want to take these pieces off the sides, which will become his sword later on. Now you want to take his whole waist and bring it down like this. Then you're going to want to take from right here, I don't know how this shows, his arms tab into these ports right here. You're going to want to untab his hands from that and just kind of pull away from the vehicle and just let all of that come out like that. Because in doing that, it allows the cape thing to fold down, which will allow you to get a grip on this piece, which will release his waist joint. Just fold that down to get out of the way. Which will release his waist joint so that you can turn him 180 so he's oriented properly. Then you can bring up his head, tab these pieces in. Also, this is on like a joint here. I don't know if you can see that. It needs to come down so you can tab these into place. And then, oh, I hit the camera. My bad. Can put his waist in, which has a little bit of rotation. It's not a lot, but I guess it's some. Then you want to bring the arms in, which they're on a double hinge, so it's hard to line it up. Once you get it, you get it. And then you can bring his chest in, finish that chest look that he has. Come on, here we go. Tab all that in, and you can bring his arms down, bring up his shoulder pads, make them look all nice. Now, down here on his backpack, you can bring these mirrors down. And there's two ways to actually do this back section here. Either A, you can tab this up like this, and there is a tab right there and a slot all the way up there. And if you have his waist turned correctly, you can slide that right in there and it tabs in very nicely. Gets rid of his waist rotation, so I don't recommend it personally. But if you want your figure to tab all the way in, this is how you do it. Then there's a tab right here and a slot right there. Just bring that down and split the cape, and you can have that spread as wide as you want. Now for the legs, you just untab them, and you can bring the shins, detach the shins from the rest of the leg, rotate the leg 180 degrees, be able to tab that back in, flip up the foot, take this panel, push that in, tabs in nicely, bring this up or down, just flush it with the foot, and then rotate this up because it's on a ball joint, and there's a slot right there and there's a tab right there, and you'll be able to just tab that in. Just get that lined up, tab that in, and repeat the process on the other side. Spin it around, push that in, tab that in, flip up the foot, bring that down, bring this up, tab it in. And the other way, if you wanted to do the back the other way, you can bring this out and just fold this all the way up and just let that chill there, and that would just allow him to have more articulation in the legs and a slight waist rotation. So I'm going to leave him like that, I think. Oh, nice, something fell over. So getting them all standing up-ish, like, move the camera. And there we go. There is Sentinel Prime in his nice looking robot mode. And if we want, we can take these pieces right here that were part of the truck. There are little port things on them. You can flip it out, tap it together, becomes a sword. It's very nice. This is the side that's supposed to look like a sword. The other side looks like a truck, so. And it's molded in that brown plastic, which, yet again, don't really like, so I might paint the inside of this silver, just so it looks better. Also, I already have the DNA kit on pre-order for the Gearmaster upgrade kit, so I'll get a new sword and a shield for this guy, and I'll do a review on that when that comes. It says in July it's supposed to come, so. Alright, come on. Alright, takes a little bit of wiggling to get that in. So you tab that in. You got Sentinel Prime wielding his blade right there. And that looks good. I like that. That's probably how I'll display him on the shelf. And now that that's out of the way, for comparison here, I'm going to bring in the Voyager class figure from Dark of the Moon. I don't have the right MechTech weapon with him because mine broke, so I took a different one and painted it nice and red with some Sharpie markers. So it looks nice. But this will be the gun I'll probably use for this Sentinel until I get the DNA kit in July. And these two side by side, they look pretty good together. This one has a nicer red for sure, but this one doesn't have the brown plastic, and this one has some silver on it. So this one's definitely a improvement over this one. but I'm gonna do this one gun, because yes, now he can kill Ironhide. Nobody, just kidding, nobody wants to relive that. Alright, now bringing in, I might have to raise the camera for this, bringing in the Leader Sentinel Prime, which I don't have the sword for Leader Sentinel Prime, but that looks good. I like the red. The overall paint scheme on this Leader one here is far superior to this one. This one needs paint, but molding wise, I like this mold a lot better, and he scales with all my Studio Series figures, so definitely this one over that one. The only thing I'd say this one has is the better truck mode. This one has a better fire truck mode, has a shield, which this one doesn't have, and an accurate sword, which this one's cool, but not very accurate at all, because it's dark brown, and the one that this one came with was a lighter gray, which much closer to that of the movie. But now for Studio Series size comparison, we will bring in a couple deluxes from Dark of the Moon. We got Studio Series Roadbuster there. That looks pretty good. I like that. Bring in Soundwave from Dark of the Moon. That also looks really nice together. Some Voyager comparisons. We will bring in Dark of the Moon Optimus Prime, the Leader Class one that's a Voyager in a Leader box. But yeah, that looks really good. I think Optimus might be... No, Sentinel and Optimus are about the same height. I think Sentinel's a hair taller. Just a hair. Yeah, just a hair. We'll bring in Revenge of the Fallen Megatron. I don't have the Dark of the Moon Leader, so this is what we're going to have to deal with for the Megatron comparison, but there's that. That looks alright, even though you never saw them next to each other in the movie, ever. But that looks alright. Now for last Voyager here, we got Ironhide. Yeah, no. He's gonna shoot you. It should have been this way, not the way it was in the movie. I have the DNA kit on Ironhide, so that's why he's got these extra guns and stuff in the black bumper. And for Leader class comparisons, we will bring in Dark of the Moon Shockwave. Now these two look amazing together. This looks awesome. Wow. I might display these two next to each other. I might display Sentinel on my Decepticon shelf. And for the final comparison, we're going to bring in the boy himself. Leader class Jetfire. They never were next to each other in the movie either, but that still looks really good. So now, articulation-wise on this figure, I'm going to remove the gun and the sword for this. Put those off to the side. Articulation on this figure. Oh, I forgot. You gotta pull up these skirt pieces. Totally forgot about that. Probably getting yelled at in the comment section below for that one. But for articulation, legs can go forward that far. Have a slightly over 90-degree bend at the knee. His foot can go up and down. I mean, it was part of the transformation, but if you want to count that as articulation, you can count that as articulation. The legs can go back, if you move all of the kibble out of the way, the legs can go back that far. The arms can do full 360. The shoulder pads can go in and out. Whoops. Arms can go all the way out. Rotation at the elbow. Bend at the elbow over 90 degrees. Wrist rotation. It's on a mushroom peg, but it's not easy to move. Waist. He has a waist. It's not a lot, but hey, if that might be enough for what you need to use him for. Head. Not a lot going on with the head. It's on a ball joint. He can look up and down. Left and right. Yeah. Head sculpt. I don't think I went over that. It is a very nice head sculpt. Still, what's with the brown Hasbro? Come on now. I'm gonna probably go over that with something else. I don't know what. Maybe I'll give it a silver dry brush so it looks more like a gunmetal gray. Or I guess in this case a gunmetal brown. But it's pretty nice. 360 view of his robot mode. He's got a lot of nice detail, like the silver on his chest. Yet again, this figure is a lot of brown. It's brown and red. So, paint-wise, they could have definitely done a lot more with this figure, but, I mean, what are you going to do? Might do a custom on this one, but other than that, I think that's it. So, this was LaserQuake Stop Motion. Like, subscribe, and I'm out of here.